The Master Phil in Your Corner podcast is brought to you by philross.com. Books, videos, Master Phil's survival strong living supplements, as well as self-reliance and performance enhancement presentations. It is also brought to you by the Bodybell Method, workshops and certifications, the world's only kettlebell, bodyweight, and dynamic tension system that carries continuing education credits for trainers, instructors, coaches, doctors of physical therapy, and chiropractors. In-person and virtual options are available. Please visit bodybellmethod.com. Greetings and welcome to another episode of Master Phil in Your Corner. This is episode number 142. And today we have the lovely and talented Christine Conti. She'll be discussing with us the differences between sustained cardio as well as interval training, pluses and minuses. Should we do them? What are the best options? Christine is the CEO of FitFitNow, and she's the recent recipient of the Idea Instructor of the Year, plus tons of other things. She's going to let you know what she's doing. Christine, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill. I love it. I'm so happy to be here, and I always am just so grateful to be able to spend some time with some amazing fitness enthusiasts who are, just trying to move the needle a little bit every single day. So I really appreciate you and what you're doing for this world as well.
Thank you. We're all just trying to do our best, help people to live better longer. So,
Oh, goodness. One day at a time. That's it. That's it.
so give people a little bit more of your background other than what I've embellished.
All right. So, long story. I started out always into movement, played volleyball in college at a very high level, love exercise. It was always something that helped me, my mental health pretty much too. But wound up going into investment banking in New York City, quickly realized this is not what I want. The paycheck was not not the fulfilling thing that I thought. I wanted to work with people and move. So I used my education background as well and went into teaching. So then I can coach because I could work with athletes. But in the meantime, I'd also in undergrad gotten my personal training and group fitness certifications and did a lot of psychology and exercise science in the meantime, of playing volleyball and business and English and all the things. But I like to keep busy. I like to push myself. So was always into personal training and group fitness, and that was a love, so I could do it all. Age 30, got hit with a kind of debilitating disease that should have left me crippled, and was told that no, you're not going to be able to do XYZ, and they just told that to the wrong girl pretty much. Because that inspired me to kind of make a bucket list of things I wanted to do, because I knew if one day I was not able to physically, that I wanted to see. So that's inspired me to change my mindset, my ideas about exercise. You don't have to exercise until your eyeballs bleed to make it count, to be healthy. Yeah. So there's a lot of changes, a lot of studies, which enabled me to, I've been in the industry, the fitness industry for, 2 decades already, had the exercise scientists and doctors and Group X, and those people were at my fingertips because they were my acquaintances now. Yeah. So was able to study with a lot of people, and then able to be an experiment of one, and then write and share what I had gone through to help inspire others. So really, my background of, maybe being knocked down a whole bunch, was able to give me the tools to help others stand up stronger.
That's an incredible journey that you had. And, so many of us have similar journeys that bring us to this point. Hey, listen, we were able to help ourselves. Why not share it with others? And that's one of the things that I really see it embracing is, look, I was able to help me. It's, what, I can help you. Here's how. And, that's admirable and a very noble pursuit. And I know that you've also been very successful on the business side of this. With the FitFitNow, can you tell us a little bit about FitFitNow and what it's actually doing?
All right. So again, super blessed. You work hard. I love education. I'm an educator through and through. Once I had gotten sick and studied and put all of my information out with chronic diseases and arthritis and cancers and working with neurodivergent clientele, that I had met this woman who was a professor at Georgia State College or Georgia State University,
Mhm.
and started writing and putting together a lot of courses for her college students, started accrediting them. Good friend of mine, and over the years did a lot of work with her. And now she has since retired, and I'm now the CEO of FitFitNow, which is one of the leading online continuing education companies in the world. So I want everyone to go out and get certified in everything, in bodybell method, in personal training, group X, whatever it may be, AFA, NASM, ACE, ACSM, whatever. But I want you to keep it. I don't want you to say this is one and done. Science changes. I would say that new programming comes out. We learn new things through research.
Mhm.
And that is what I'm very, very passionate about. I travel the world and handpick people to bring their knowledge of workshops onto FitFitNow so that we can spread the love. And, for anyone listening, for you that does not know that you've got a kettlebell introduction on FitFitNow,
Yes,
really important, because if that may be the introduction to say, hey, you know what, I want to go get my bodybell method certification.
absolutely.
So that's the biggest thing is let's give you the tools to stay certified, because please don't go out there and not be teaching people and not be certified. There's number one. I'm very adamant about that. But that's really my passion right now, is to bring affordable education to people.
Excellent, excellent. And you're doing a great job with it. The one thing I know you're also doing, you've been doing some marathons and some Iron Men, Iron Women, whatever. You're going out there. So
A couple.
tell us a little bit about that, because there's a lot of a lot of to do and a lot of training that goes into that to even be able to complete this.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Um, so as I mentioned, I was a volleyball player growing up. So before
Oh, and
CrossFit,
oh, just before you were
yeah,
you were at University of Maryland, correct?
I was there, and I was at Binghamton University as well. So
Fellow
the
Terp.
our
Yeah.
connections, um, yeah. So I was doing CrossFit before CrossFit was a thing, right? We're powerlifting, we're going for explosiveness and strength, and I was, I was solid. Let's put it that way. Not, I'm little now. Like my old me could beat myself up now. But my now me can outrun and out endurance that person. So it's been interesting, because the first part of my life was really spent on power and explosiveness and
Oh yeah.
plyometrics, and
Mhm.
but I needed that for sport.
Mhm.
And once I'd gotten sick, I actually did lose a lot of weight because of medications and things like that, and I
Sure.
did want to start running. And the only reason I ran when I was younger, I don't know about anyone else, was because you were in trouble. Right? Running was torture. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't run, right? And now I do it and I'm like, yes. But it was something that, again, it was helpful for me for stress, mental stress. And also I was like, maybe I'm okay at this. And my bucket list was a marathon, because I thought I could never do something like that, right? Many people think I could never do it. Same, same. And I'm telling you right now, with 50 something plus marathons in my bucket and dozens of half Ironmans, and I just completed my fifth full Ironman. And now
Wow.
as a guide, like imagine doing a race, but then you have to be in such good shape that you can't worry about yourself. You're worried about anyone else's nutrition, hydration, their meds, their this, the but. So I'm,
Wow.
I'm just trying to raise the level to
Yeah.
absolute insanity if possible.
Yes. Love it.
Um,
Awesome.
but I, was able to, after I'd gotten sick, and I realized that fitness is my passion, and I pulled the boat close enough to the dock where I'd been working with so many different fitness companies and traveling for them and master training, that I said, I think this is my calling. I have this experience. I want to go out and help people that think that they can't, whether it's they're tripping over themselves in their mindset, or they have a disease, to help them. And I left teaching. gone out full time in the fitness world, which allowed me the flexibility, a little bit more flexibility in my schedule to work in different modalities of fitness, to do some cycling, to do more running, and I'm not saying you have to quit your job to do that. You do not. But I was able to work in fitness as a lifestyle much differently than I had thought about it before, because it was, well, I could work. I got 1 hour of, name it, fill in the blank, right? 1 hour of, cardio boxing or cycling, and then that was it. Or this day I'm just going to lift for an hour and that's it. And that's not what it is. That's not what any of us should be doing. And I'm not even saying an Ironman. Anyone. It needs to be sprinkled throughout your day, every day.
Well, this is why. Yeah,
that is the secret sauce.
Yes.
That's the
boom.
I don't train for 85 hours a day. I don't go out for 8-hour bike rides.
No.
But it's
consistency.
Sprinkles of exercise throughout your day, every day.
This is why I came up with the book, Exercise Snacks. Little 5-minute bouts of exercise, but of course you link them together if you want to go longer, or you just repeat the cycle. But you can do it in 5 minutes. Hey, you have 5 minutes? Here, do some push-ups, sit-ups, squats, swing a kettlebell. Okay, go back to work. Okay, oh gosh, I have 5 minutes. I'll throw some combinations, couple of kicks, couple of punches, do some footwork. Okay, back down to my thing. It's a mindset of constantly being active, because if you consider human beings when we were more agrarian and hunter-gatherers, we'd have bouts of exercise or doing a task and then rest and task and rest, and you change things around. You didn't go there, unless you were obviously tracking an animal or something on a hunt. But even then,
that would be the marathon.
Yeah, that's the marathon. So, bringing that up, people often ask, "Gosh, what should I do? What's gonna be the best for me? Do I do sustained effort on my cardio, or do I do some type of interval training? What are some of the best? What are the pros and cons?" And I figured you've done everything, so let's bring your knowledge to the people.
Okay, number one, if you hate something and you're not going to do it, don't do that.
Boom.
That's it. Because it's, oh, well, I heard cycling is where it's at. Listen, I like cycling. Most of my friends are like, I hate it. It's like torture. I'm like, then that's not what you're going to do. Then you do something else. That's easy. Number one. But what if you're like, I don't know, like, I don't even know what I like. This is the time where get your butt outside and start walking.
Yeah.
Get outside, go walk and see what that's like. And we have so much, speaking of FitFitNow, it could be anything online.
Yeah. Go
online and take a deep dive down a rabbit hole. Get off TikTok for 5 seconds and go, or even on TikTok, go take a look at some of the things people are doing and say, can I do that? Play around in your office, at home. You don't even have to go to a gym just yet. Be like, what's bar? I thought I'd just go there to drink. No, you can actually do something with it. What is Pilates? Is there a pool that I can go and just walk in the pool, or take water aerobics, or if I don't know how to swim? There's so much at our fingertips right now that we never had. Yes. That people are almost like lost in the white noise. And it really is. I mean, I've seen it my entire life. Who are you hanging around with?
Yeah.
Those are the people that are going to say, hey, if someone's moving, that's the person. Hey, what is it that you're doing?
Right.
Because that person most likely is like, oh, come with me. Or
100%.
That's where we start. So I can't say to anybody, you know what, you should start with endurance. You should start with heavy lifting. Well, I could tell you, ladies, you're over 30. You better start lifting some weights.
You better start lifting some weight.
Heavy weights, not these 3-pounders.
No, it's good. I want to do something light. I want to get bulky. You're not going to get bulky. Okay. You're not going to get bulky.
In the kitchen, you get bulky.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to push heavy weights. You need resistance training. You have to, your bone density, your muscle tension. There's so many things that you get from lifting heavy. I don't know why women run away from it.
And it feels good too. Like I don't know any women listening right now, like there's something that you lit, and I know, men, whatever, I don't want to categorize, but I'm going to, right? Women walk out, they lifted heavy and they're like, yeah, I did
Yeah,
that. Like you just feel empowered because
yeah.
you lifted heavy.
Yeah. I have.
It's totally different than a run.
Oh
Totally
yeah,
different.
totally different. I have one of my clients. He loves. He's a big time lawyer, and he loves our heavy day. We train 3 days a week, and our heavy day. He's like, God, I actually train with him because we just go at it. He's a big dude, and we're
Yeah.
just lifting heavy stuff. And then we do a boxing day, kickboxing day, a little knife fighting, and then more of a you know endurance, muscular endurance based. But that heavy day, he never wants to miss that one. It feels good. He comes out, he feels so much better. Feels like garbage coming in, feels fantastic going out.
You know what I will say though, with the pros and cons is that there's a lot of, a lot of people, they have, they'll constantly say that, if you are going to train endurance, right? Like a running, cycling, the swimming, I get in a lot of trouble with the a lot of coaches because what I've found in, like, kind of looking in the last 30 years with some of the research that has come out,
Mhm.
is that there's these training methods that you can even get a coach or get an online training method
Mhm.
that may not be cookie cutter for you.
Right.
The amount, if I ran the amount of miles that these programs say for me to do to run these marathons, my knees would have been broken off 8 times. It doesn't work for me. I had shoulder surgery when I was 16 because of volleyball. The amount of either swimming or certain lifting or whatever is not good. My right shoulder will fall off.
Yeah.
Um, it's so important not to compare yourself to some of these plans and not to feel like if I don't do this, I'm not going to be good enough, or I'm not going to. I have to say, I have never once followed a training plan for a marathon. And I, you know, ran some pretty fast times and come in top 10 when I was running
Wow.
a few times.
It's tough.
And it didn't have anything to do with my run training. Yes, some is probably, natural
Naturally.
talent, right? We all have that. But it wasn't, I did this on the track every day and I did this. Number one, I never got hurt. To this day, I haven't been hurt. And the other part is that I don't get bored. I'm training something different every day. So everything is getting strong.
Yeah.
And I lift. There's certain days that I lift. I don't lift every day. Certain days I run. I don't run every day. So you're not using those same joints. You're not breaking them down. If I'm going to be overhead pressing, because I know that I have shoulder issues, right? If I
Mhm.
overhead press one day and then I'm like, oh, I feel it today, right? I'm like, oh, because I did it yesterday. I'm not doing it today.
No.
My shoulders get a rest. So that's something I think is really important. When we think of endurance, it doesn't have to be hours of something.
Right.
You can still be an endurance athlete, but train in small segments.
I think that's great advice. Great advice. Do you like mixing in the longer endurance with the interval training? Do you do any of that, especially with with running?
So I will, if I am training, and I have to say, I live a fitness lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, there may be, I do a lot of plyometric workouts, a
Mhm.
lot of, you know, hit training, I would say almost every day, at
Mhm.
least 5 days a week. High intensity, your heart rate is up,
Mhm.
your, zone training up and down. But then maybe I'll go out at lunchtime for 45 minutes and run 5 miles.
Right.
And
They,
then maybe that's it for the day. But maybe at night, maybe I'll either go for a 40-minute swim
Hmm.
or maybe duck into a spin class.
Yeah.
Maybe the next day it's, I'm going to do, I'll do my hit training, but then I have like a lifting session.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe it's something, maybe I go for a jog
Hmm.
as well. It's all of these different components and it's never the same. You're never going to find a week where it's like I went running every day and that was it,
Yeah.
or I lifted and that was it. And even, I would say, even when I say plyometrics, I'm still working with kettlebells, a rower,
Mhm.
medicine balls, free weights, bands, I mean, you name it. I'm not sitting there just people think doing crunches, that no, we want your deep abdominal muscles. You're going to work your whole body.
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of misconceptions out there of what I should be doing. What are your goals? What if your goal is just to move and live independently at 95? Then we've got to do different things every day.
Yeah. So, the things that when you're advocating doing the different things, it's so important to hit your muscles and joints differently, use them in different planes, use them different motions, because if you get stuck in the same type of pattern, the same type of movement, you're going to get these repetitive stress injuries, which I do unfortunately see a lot with young athletes.
What I'm thinking too is when I think about people who are runners, right? And even someone that is the Ironman, the triathlete, the things like that. You see it on television. Looks glamorous. It's all on the sagittal plane.
Yep.
Everything is going forward. One of the biggest things that I tell people that are, they're constantly running. I said, what are you doing on the frontal plane? What are you doing side to side to promote your hips, your hip stability? Because what's happening is that you're grinding away, right? With those hips, the hips get thrown off, your knees get thrown off, your ankles get thrown off. There it is. And now you've got something wrong with your feet. And now we've got plantar fasciitis. And now it's like you kick over the domino and constantly they're out because they're hurt or
Right.
they have this. And I'm like, it's not because of, oh, you're a weak person. It's because you're not training on all your planes. To your point, you
Yep.
should be using a kettlebell. You should be, you know, my favorite is the lecture about, I just did something about core without crunches.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
telling people like your core is not just your stomach.
No.
Like one of my favorite things is doing like the kettlebell half get up or something, and I'm like, do you understand how amazing this is? Like, don't you want to get up off your bed one day or the sofa and not be stuck there on the toilet bowl? Like,
I don't, things. I actually train a very high level cross country athlete, and I trained several of them, actually nationally ranked. And we're banging the kettlebells twice a week. Why?
a
Well,
lot of
he's
coaches
got
say
strength.
no.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a right. A lot
No,
of
it's
coaches say no, you shouldn't be um fatiguing those muscles because they need them to run. And I'm like,
no, 100% wrong. You need to strengthen that area. And the thing is also when you're doing, we'll just use kettlebells because all the bracing and deep breathing and so forth. You're strengthening that diaphragm, which is going to help you push air out and get it back in easier. Then so the cross training aspect that you discuss is that you advocate is it is tantamount to achieving health. Because you need that long distance, you need to do something sustained
right.
because we're going to have obviously cardiovascular benefits to that, and also weight reduction. You want to control your weight, go out for a run. And then we're doing that more explosive power hit interval type of training. That almost more mimics real life, right? Because you're busy and
Yeah.
you're not doing something. You're busy, you're not doing something. And another thing is also stimulates a release of hormones.
I just think the brain benefits too to some
Oh
of
God,
this. It my As I said, from being an investment banker at a desk to then being the so strict to the time as a teacher, it was just I would work in literally, I would take my clothes, change them at lunchtime and go run and come back. And I know a lot of people that do that.
yeah,
But right now, I structure my day the best I can. And I think I really do think that I run a very tight ship, but I
Right.
squeeze in as much as I can. But there's time where, all right, this morning I had my hit workout client that I do with them, right? And then I worked for a couple hours. I had a little run. I have a couple meetings and interviews. Then I'll go, do something else. And
Mhm.
then I've got a class and a lecture series I'm going to teach. So it's like you're constantly building in that movement, no matter what it is, even if it's, I can't get out, Christine, but I'm in an office, right? So every hour you get up and you take your phone call and you walk around.
Right.
Whatever it is, you have to change that up.
Mhm.
And that counts as fitness. So don't think you have to be me and go out for a jog. You can go walk for 15 minutes. And don't tell me that I hope your ears were ringing because I referred to you last week in San Diego when I was talking about bite-sized, was it bite-sized? Yeah, bite-sized exercise. And I said, if you have time for a snack, you have time to take a bite of an exercise.
Yep.
It I did mention you. So shout out. But
Thank you.
it's true. It's completely true. We make time for what we want to make time for. And if it's not a priority, then
So
that's
now
something else.
you bring up a huge point, a priority. And the thing is that we have to make sure we schedule that in. You have to schedule it in. Make it part of your calendar. Hey, if you have to set a timer, okay, every hour, hour and a half, whatever it is, I get up, put it on your calendar. This is what I'm doing these times, and you send that reminders to yourself. Because the things that and you also brought this up too, is that the mental health benefits. Studies now are out that show that exercise is 1.5 times more effective than drugs and therapy together
Mhm.
are meant to move. Why do you think the rate of people living a sedentary lifestyle and the rate of mental health issues has increased simultaneously? Why? It's a direct
Suicide
relationship.
rates.
Yep,
Look at
suicide.
that.
Yep.
Look at that right there. Um, what what I was going to say, one of my best, I will give you one of my best hacks. And I know it sounds so simple, but when I train I'm a very tactile learner. I like to touch. I like to see. Like you could talk to me sometimes and give me directions, and I'm like, wait, what? Well, I need to see it. I need to touch it, right? So that's always been my learning style. One thing that I love when I'm training I have a big race coming up and I want to just ramp things up a little bit, right? Like many people say in January, they want to ramp up their fitness a little bit. One thing that I do, this is so easy. It's a calendar. It's an actual touching calendar that I can touch because I have two calendars on my computer. I've got calendars on my phone all over, but this one I can touch. And what I do is it's specific. So this isn't the one that I used, but I had a race that I just did. And what I did is I started a certain amount of months before.
Right.
And I would open it up. Okay, it's just like this. And I would write at the end of every day. I put it right on my desk, right?
Mhm.
Or I have it right on my desk. And I would write, this is only for movement. That's it. Only for movement. So anything that I did, I would
Mhm.
jot down. And what would happen is that at the end of the day or the month or the whatever, you have this reinforcement in front of you.
Yeah.
And for those times where you're like, oh, I feel bad, I didn't do anything today, but you did something for the last 5 days. And when you think of your, exercise snacks, right? You could easily say like, oh, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's 30 minutes of movement right there
Wow.
that sometimes people just don't realize. And guess what? 30 minutes is better than no minutes.
Absolutely.
So it's just something like these games you can play with yourself um, that I think are powerful. And for me, being able to write it, like me to actually put it to paper, is very gratifying. So, something like that mentally even
Mhm.
is really great. But, it's also really powerful when you're like, I haven't done anything
Yeah.
in a week.
Well, I see.
Why?
Yeah, I see your journaling that you're doing has a twofold effect. One, it'll kind of make you accountable for what I did or to do it. And the other thing you look at, wow, I did this. Look what I
Right.
did. I accomplished something because human beings need purpose.
Right. Absolutely. It's, I look back too, and I actually save them. So some of the big races I've done in my life, I've done this exercise and I've saved them. And it's interesting because if I look back, it's almost like, so it's really overwhelming to look back at it because you're like, oh my gosh, how did I do all that? Like
Yeah.
it, but you did.
Yeah.
And and you got it done. And you also had maybe kept your job and kept your kids alive and like paid the bills. And you're like, huh, it's very interesting to just take a moment and reflect on some of that. Um, like I said, I know it's, a little bit off of the, whole like what what can I, what type of exercise should I do and the benefits, but I really do think that it's got to come back to what is it that you will do? Can you squeeze it in? And what feels good for you? If you've had 3 knee replacements, I don't recommend going out and doing some long distance runs.
No, not at all.
and and that's okay.
Mhm.
So what is it that you can do? And that starts with the mind, because some people think, well, I was always a runner, and now I can't. So, but what is it that you can do?
Yeah. What can you do? And the thing is, if you can move, you can do something.
Right.
And another thing that you brought up too, and I'll coin it a little bit differently, is remove the dread factor.
Right.
Because if you dread doing it, if you're not a runner and you don't want to be a runner and you dread it, why are you doing it? Do something that you can embrace, something that you can look forward to doing.
How many people are like obsessed with pickleball right now?
Yeah, a lot.
That's like they're building these gigantic facilities. I don't know if they're by you too, but like
All over.
turning all the tennis courts into pickleball, this and the parks, and it's insanity. I'm like, wow. I thought this was a fad, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's going away.
No, no. Gosh, we have a house down in Fort Myers, and Naples
Yeah,
is like the pickleball capital of the world.
right.
It's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
hmm but that's again, when we think of some of that, the pickleball, little fast twitch movements, that brain body connection, you're out there, these are really important things. What I do want to say is, yeah, if you're playing pickleball, I do still want you to lift some weights.
Oh, 100%.
That's why when it comes back to it right now, I'm just constantly lecturing um, everybody, mostly women, but you need to lift weights. And I will call people out and say, unless you have an injury, I don't know why you have 3-pound weights in your hands,
Yeah.
because you lift up a pot. It's Thanksgiving is coming. You want to lift the turkey out of the oven without throwing it on the ground? Like, like
You know, you're lifting 3 pound weights. I mean, no. Yeah, I don't get it. So, yeah, but again, we have to combat those stereotypes, and we have to enforce this behavioral change, behavioral modification, in people to embrace that lifestyle and know that what they're doing is helping them dramatically, and it'll help them exponentially.
right. And it has to be a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, it's very interesting because I always knew that I loved movement, but I never realized that, this is my lifestyle. This is who I am. This is part of my identity is movement,
Mhm.
and it makes me feel good. Does every second running feel great? No.
Oh,
Does every second when I'm like my heart rate's up to like 170 on the bike because I'm climbing? No. However, there's something that happens that releases that we need this.
we
We
need.
need this. And that's why we've got these social groups around us, that it doesn't have to be an alone thing.
No,
I,
doesn't.
you even, I mean, podcast, put it in your ears and go for a run.
Right.
I have to memorize this big speech thing. I have a big keynote next week, and
Yeah.
it's been weeks that I record them. I put them on my phone. I stick my earbuds in and I go out for a run, and it's the exact timing of that 45-minute
That's
speech. So I
fantastic.
get back and
Great.
I'm like, practiced
Yeah.
again. But
Great plan. Great plan.
great,
Yep.
way to, I mean, I told you I run a tight ship, but
Yeah.
different ways that you can work while being active.
Yep. Yep. Maximizing the opportunities. That's fantastic. Hey, Christine, so do you have anything else that you're working on right now, or anything where people can reach you or see what you're doing?
Of course, all the things,
Okay.
all the things. So I'm super excited. We are the one of the things this year is bringing FitFix to a lot of colleges and universities because we want to make sure that that we really instill the fact that education is really important for our 20 somethings, our people that are just getting certified.
Mhm.
Those you know it's very expensive to go to conferences sometimes, and there is so much online education that I want to make sure whatever it is you do get certified in, that you have a way that is affordable and just
Convenient.
really convenient for you to keep that up. So we are sponsoring the Southeast Collegiate Fitness Conferences here at Clemson in February, and also
Wow.
the TexFit conference at Texas A&M in
Wow.
February. So really, if you are someone who knows someone in the collegiate world, and also a lot of different companies as well, to bring them so if you run a gym or a company, or
Mhm.
to make sure that we're there, we can help all of your trainers stay certified and also do it in an affordable way. And even if you're not, even if you're like, hey, you know what, I don't need CECs. I don't even know what that's for, but I'm a fitness enthusiast. I want to bring corporate wellness. I want to bring some resources to my company. So we're really looking to do that, as well as just if you're just someone who needs certifications, great. Um, and you're going to look out because I am going to a lot of schools right now and doing
Mhm.
some keynotes. I've written a book a couple years ago, Split Second Courage: What if your fears were the key to your dreams? And because of life and businesses and things, I had kind of put that on the side, and now I have a signature keynote that is starting to roll out, and actually starting in the state of New Jersey at a lot of different schools first, before it expands in 2026. So that's real. I love the
Yeah,
stage.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
empowering people,
That's
and
it.
finally, so it's really cool. And I will give you a little spoiler. The name of my keynote is F It.
F it.
F it. So we're dealing with fear, right?
Yeah.
F it. So it's a lot to deal with fear, because in order to move past it, you gotta face it, you gotta feel it, and you gotta flip it.
Boom. Love it.
Bam. So it's really
That's
kind
awesome.
of
That's
kind of
awesome.
fun.
Hey,
Kind
hey,
of fun, but
oh man, Christine,
yeah,
thank you for
little
coming on.
things, maybe some more
Yeah.
Ironmans and marathons. I don't know, all over the
Yeah,
place.
who knows? Who knows? That's awesome. I love it. I love it. You're just embracing it, just embracing everything that's going on. Face that fear, flip it. I love it. I love it. And people need this message, and you're doing a great job delivering it. So, we'll be posting this up. And any parting words before we go?
I don't know. Any questions? I'm so easy to find. Like, you can Google my name, or Conti Fit, Conti Fit. Find out about me, and of course, I can't. I know I'm a duck.
Fit fix
FitFix
now.
now. There it is. FitFixNow.com.
And, uh,
All of your continuing ed. And other than that, in the words of Wonder Woman, all right, in life, right, we've got two choices: do something or do nothing. Always choose something. And yes, you can. There it is.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and strength and honor.